Inside the Lumpkins, a little bit of a bobble. He goes inside, off the mark. And a great take by Fulton. He'll get 2 shots out of it.
You forcing the defense's hand right there.
Yeah, and in that sequence, Fulton waited for the switch with Lumpkin. Lumpkin got the ball, went up for a quick shot, didn't make it. But Fulton, being as active as he is, crashing the board, creating an opportunity for him to get some shots at the line.
So Jordan Fulton misses the first. And he misses the second. Moore retrieves the rebound. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Titans 24, Crusaders 17. Here's Credder. The left hand, he's rejected by Lumpkins. But Jones cleans up the mess.
Hey, Palmer, there goes that man again.
Brady for 3. Off the back iron. Fulton with the offensive rebound, no. And Credder comes up with the loose ball. And now Moore gets it. And he's pushing for the Crusaders. Wild shot, no good. Lumpkins gets the rebound. There's Lumpkins going coast to coast, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
Sometimes the officials will not bail you out. I'm just saying. That was a situation where not Fulton, but Lumpkin kept building up speed and more speed, and then he got himself in position to make a shot. Luckily, he got the call, and he's going to the line.
And if you Lutheran North, you got to make an emphasis on not continuing to put them on the charity stripe.
So far, it's been working because they've been missing their free throws here in the second quarter.
Well, and then, again, adjustment by Trinity, you got to start knocking them down. You had a 7-point lead to start this game. It's down to 5. You're clearly taking more free throws. You got to capitalize on the opportunity in front of you.
And you know something else? If I'm Lutheran North, I may want to slow the pace down. Trinity wants to get up and down the floor.
Yeah. From what we've seen so far, that up and down pace definitely benefits Trinity and the Titans.
So we got Jones, Credder, Moore, Lee, and Long for the Crusaders. Credder outside to Moore. His shot is blocked by Brady. Wow. Here's Fulton. To Brady inside the paint, and he gets 2.
Love that ball movement. At first, I would have said if Lomax threw it 2 seconds sooner, Fulton has a dunk, but it worked out anyway.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Here's Credder out to Long. Long to take a 3. Off the back iron, Lumpkins with the rebound.
And I think right now it's the length and athleticism for Trinity. That's kind of the difference in the game. They're able to get some of these long rebounds and some of the hard-to-get rebounds in traffic.
And I'm starting to notice something. If this play continues, Lutheran North needs to be careful. They might get blown out.
And Lee off the mark. Moore gets the offensive rebound, takes the floater, and it gets the friendly bounce.
Much needed basket right there for the Crusaders.
And the reason why I say that is that on a lot of the long shots, the Titans are starting to leak out and get in transition.
6-point lead for the Titans. 2:45 to go. There's Fulton. Brady will take a 3. Lee gets the rebound for the Crusaders. Let's see if they can trim the lead right here in the second quarter. Here's Long. The scoop shot, no. And Long was out of bounds, and it'll go to the Titans.
And I think the thing I'm starting to notice for Lutheran North right now is a lot of offensive possessions where there's the man bringing the ball up the court, and he's the one that's taking the shot. Not enough ball movement to be able to get the defense moving and getting some easier shots for your team on offense.
Well, they're not getting any points in the interior. Everything is coming from the guards.
Wow, that was a good pass by Lumpkins.
Great pass.
Here come the Crusaders. There's Moore from 3.
Call the fire department.
My good friend Eric Simmons from Riverview Gardens, he knew that was good. He made a few threes in his career.
Not a foul on Rashad Brooks. He just entered into the ball game for the Crusaders. Double bonus here for the Titans. I truly love how Coach Jones is given a teachable moment here.
Hey, he is a teacher. This is his 19th year coaching, and he absolutely loves what he's doing.
Womack with the second free throw coming up. And it goes.
Needed those two makes at the line.
29-24, we're under 2 minutes here in the first half. Here's Brooks. No go, Moore. Puts it in for two and gets the foul.
And another score off the offensive rebound right there for the Crusaders. You like the hustle. You like the energy that they're trying to play with and slowing the game down some on offense.
Hey, they needed that shot, believe it or not. And with this quarter coming close to an end, they got a shot and the clock was stopped.
And he gets the free throw to go. Beautiful. And Fulton puts it in for two.
A way to break the press if you Trinity right there.
Yeah, they showed a little talk of pressure. Then it got for real by the half courts.
On 4-point advantage. Here's Lee. Brooks, he'll take a three. Splash! 31-30. 65 ticks to go.
Lutheran North is heating up on the perimeter at the right time.
Brady no good. Fight for the rebound. There's a foul here. So good job by Corey Long to secure the ball, and they'll get free throws here.
Impressive run right now from Lutheran North. They responded to, the haymakers that Trinity was throwing at them in the first quarter, early in the second quarter, and now they got a chance to not only tie the game but take the lead at the free throw line.
Well, now you can see why Coach Jones had them playing in all those tournaments, playing them out of town, put them in adverse conditions so they could be able to deal with teams like this, and no lead was seen insurmountable.
And off the missed free throw, it'll stay with the Crusaders.
Now, if you're Trinity right here, you got to get back to what was getting you the lead in the first place, and that's hustle plays on defense, getting out on the break, getting some easy baskets, because right now the half court is not doing it for them.
And they play fast, but if they play too fast, it doesn't work for them.
Good block.
Rejection. Here's Long. And he took steps. So a great job by Jordan Fulton in the post to get the rejection.
It's, again, the length, athleticism. When you see that go up and you kind of hesitate a little bit, again, you start to make mistakes like the turnover right there on the track.
They're showing some backcourt pressure.
And Lomax breaks it over to Fulton. A little razzle-dazzle. No, he gets his own rebound. No. Moore gets the rebound for the Crusaders. And Johnson trying to apply pressure, but he's called for a foul.
You don't mind it because Johnson was trying to make a play. You heard me sigh because, you didn't have to.
You want to try to make that defensive play without fouling, especially in a situation where you're in now where you already have seen your lead come down. Now you got a tie ball game.
Moore gets the first free throw and ties the game.
If this ball goes through, if I'm Trinity, I'm playing for one shot.
Yeah.
And it does. North with a 1-point lead. 32 ticks left. And Johnson goes all the way. That's a blocking foul. That's a good call there.
Okay, so much for using clock.
And one of the basket, and he gets free throws.
And look, Lutheran North decide to turn the pressure up instead of show the token pressure. And I like that, Josh. Some teams, they show the token pressure, and then they turn the dogs on you.
Yeah, and see now again, you have a team like Lutheran North putting that pressure on them, putting them at the foul line because they haven't shown that they can make it. And again, Trinity. Now I don't know about y'all coaches in the past, but we be running right now for some free throws.
And Johnson ties the game at 32. Got some confusion on the Crusader end. And Credit's going to inbound for Lutheran North. 24 seconds to go.
Now let's see if Lutheran North tries to hold for the last shot here.
There's Brooks. Bobbles a bit. He'll take the jumper from the right. Off the back iron. Lomax gets the rebound. 10 seconds to go. He'll take it to the cup. All the way. No good. Credit. 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 4, 3. He'll take it all the way. And a foul here on Adam Brady.
Nobody wants to play for one shot.
And Long puts it in at the buzzer.
Strong finish.
That'll count. And so a 2-point advantage for Lutheran North at the half.
That's the way you want to end the half. If you're the Crusaders, you had a rough start to the game, but a really strong finish to the second quarter. Now you got the lead going to halftime.
Hey, this shows you, too, how battle-tested Lutheran North is.
So we'll step aside for just a moment. Lutheran North 34, the Trinity Titans 32. This is Zulu Sports along with the In the Zone Network. Here so that way we can talk. You get what I'm saying? So if it does occur again, that's what we have to do. Just make sure to keep the mic close to you, and we just have a normal conversation. Now, a lot of times, and I get it, this is your first time, you're going to have to kind of watch him because he's going to jump right away. Well, I think after I got that second time, the flow was better. In the second quarter, the flow was a lot better. You know what I mean? So even though we're dealing with the audio issues and whatnot, it's still a good flow, man. And I'm trying to get back into this game again, like try to find all the people to write it, and I have no score. So that's what the other thing is, I can't get how many points certain people got. I can't get no rebounds, nothing. But I can get it now, but I'm saying I couldn't get it then at that moment. Yeah, but I mean, I said now I can't. Right, and you can't. I can't do that. That's what the thing is. It's like,
Santa Claus.
Back on this edition of High School Hoops, the A-Train Arlington Lane, Josh Price and Palmer Alexander III, bringing it to you live from Trinity High School here in St. Louis. Presentation of Zulu Sports and the In the Zone Network. A little first half stats for you for the Crusaders. David Moore, of course, high score at 15 points. And for the Titans, the White Lomax with 13. So you see it's a little battle going on between the two.
Oh, I love it. I love the intensity, loving how both teams are getting after it. Again, you couldn't tell me right now that Trinity was 0-8 coming to this contest. And you look at Lutheran North, look at how battle-tested they are, and you could see why they played the tough schedule that they did. And that's why they was able to stay into games game.
Well, what I'm looking forward to in the second half now is how does Trinity respond? They came out the gates fast and furious. Second quarter, they tailed off just a little bit. Now, can you recreate that energy and recreate that momentum starting the third quarter?
And we talked to Coach Jones, and he said that Trinity does not look like an 0-8 team.
No.
Even though they have been hit by big losses, they don't play like one. No. And that's the main thing here. As we get to go in the second half, ball's going to go to the Titans. Starters remain for the Titans. So Dwight Lomax, Will Johnson, Aaron Brady, Jordan Lumpkins, the sophomore, and the senior, Jordan Fulton. And we got a little change up in the Crusader lineup. Jamez Lee, Corey Long, Rasheed Brooks, David Moore, and Jameer Cretter. And we start the second half from Trinity High School. Here's Lomax. And the Fulton, and it's now stolen by Long. And a foul by Fulton.
And if you Lomax on that play, sometimes when you see your man not really getting that position on offense, you got to put that pass in the air rather than putting it on the ground. Instead, put it on the ground, turnover. Now you got Lutheran North going the other way.
Credit being guarded by Lomax. Got to pass half court. Lomax gets
Great
it
defense.
and loses it. Brooks gets it back for the Crusaders. Here's Long, strong to the hoop, and it'll go off of Long. Lee just couldn't make the handle.
Now, hey, Coach Jones didn't like that. He didn't like that at all.
Well, I was going to say, if you Long, you might have wanted to kick that pass out to Moore in the corner as opposed to your big man where there's traffic. Because like we said, Moore has been hot from outside this whole game and all season.
Here's Brady stepping into a three and knocks it down.
There's a young man, his name is Brady, and you need to keep an eye on him because he's also been lighting up from the perimeter, and it's really good for him to get a shot early in this second half.
Here's Lee inside. It's going to go the other way. Turnover by the Crusaders.
Now, I like the idea from Lee on that play, but what has to happen is he's got to make that move sooner. You see 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles. Sometimes after that 1 dribble, boom, you got to make your move to the basket so you can get an easy look.
Right. That's not the time to hesitate. You got to be real decisive when you get that ball in the post.
And it will go back to the Crusaders on the turnover. So a bad pass from Brady. Not a good pass at all. Here's Cretter. Over to Long. Being guarded by Johnson. He's guarding him closely. Here's Long. He'll go to the basket. Another scoop shot, and he's bailed out, and he gets 2 free throws here. So Corey Long to the free throw line. Throws his hands up saying, I thought I did what I was supposed to.
Hey, I like the feistiness.
It's a little, a little chippy.
And a laugh by Coach Jones on the sideline. And Long makes the first. Even Coach got a good kick out of that one. And Lee gets the offensive rebound. That's the one thing you have to remember is bringing the ball back down. When you bring the ball back down, it is free reign for you to get it.
Catch it high, keep it high.
And Brady goes in for the Titans and gets 2 more.
There's a young man, his name is Brady. He's heating up in the second half. And, again, that's a great sign for the Titans.
Here's Brook from the left side. Just off. Long gets the offensive rebound and puts in an easy deuce.
Now, thankfully for them, Long got the offensive rebound. They're able to get the putback, but that's yet again another offensive possession from Lutheran North where the man who has the ball to start the possession ends the possession with a shot. Not a lot of ball.
And what a great seal-out by J-Man's lead, too, for making that happen.
Yeah.
Moore gets the steal. Here's Coretta. One-on-one with Lomax. And he'll go to the line for two. You see Lomax flying in there?
Oh, man.
Ooh, he is a ball of energy, man. Just complete ball of energy.
Yeah, he only has one speed, and that's fast all the time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And you know what? When I see a guy like that with that type of speed and with the way he get his hands in the passing lane, I'm like, you know what? Let's start pressing.
Yeah. You want to use that type of energy to your advantage, though.
Exactly. Because he's the type of guy, too. He can harass you, speed you up when you don't want to be sped up. Justin, a phenomenal player all the way around.
Coretta hits both free throws and makes the Crusader up 2. Here's Johnson. He'll go all the way to the basket. No good. Long with the rebound.
Got to finish with the left hand on that side of the basket.
Here's Brooks inside the lead. Can't find anyone. He'll take it off the block, way off. And now here's the steal by Moore. He's very hesitant. And he puts it off the window and in with the bounce.
Nice hesitation there on the way to the basket.
Here's Lomax. And the foul there on Rasheed Brooks. That's his second.
Now we look up. The Titans are behind now. They're down by 4. The first time they've trailed all night. Let's see how they play when they're behind.
Here's Lomax. Being guarded by Brooks. Lumpkins to the basket, no good. He gets his own offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
You can see the frustration there a little bit on the offensive end there from number 4, Jordan Lumpkins. Mad himself a little bit for missing that, little bit of a bunny there at the basket, but nice idea. You want to try to get easy shots and, again, get to the free throw line. Now, the key this half, if you're Trinity, you have to knock down the free throws. If they make even half the ones that they've missed so far in this game, it's probably a tie game if they don't have the lead.
And Lumpkins missed the first.
I hope I didn't jinx it.
Into the ball game for North is Will Lazuski. And Lee will take a seat.
I like the energy boost that Lee gave them to start the half.
Yeah, he definitely did. Crashing the boards. Not a guy that you really look to get offense from, but you look to get rebounds and steals and clog lanes and stuff like that.
Here's Long with 3 defenders. No good. He puts it back up and in. Off the miss. 6-point lead for the Crusaders. And Brady mishandles, but he'll stay.
Earlier, Palmer, you start to see Trinity play a little bit too fast. Now, you need them to start to slow the ball down and start getting yourself some easy baskets.
We're halfway through the third quarter, and Fulton hasn't got the ball not one time.
Yeah.
Here's Lumpkins. Out to Lomax. Johnson on the right side. Over to Lumpkins in the corner. Brady being guarded by Moore. 4.5 to go here in the third. Lomax will take it from the top of the key. And he's fouled on the play. So Brooks will pick up his third foul here in the third quarter, now with 4 fouls in the game.
Yeah, and agitated Coach Jones is using this as a teaching moment right now on the sideline as Lomax goes to the line.
And Lomax hits the first of 3 free throws.
And what you can't do in that situation is foul the jump shooter and put the other team in a position where they can now go to the free throw line and get some confidence.
Calhoun going into the ball game now for North. Brooks upset with himself as he heads to the bench.
Yeah, Brooks a little mad at himself, but this is a teaching moment. And Coach Jones will put him back in.
And Credit tells him to slow it up a bit. Here's Credit. Outside the long. He misses. Lumpkins gets the rebound. Lomax looking ahead. Here's Brady. Good crossover. I can't get the basket to go. And a jump ball, and it'll go to the Crusaders here. Oh, we're saying foul here? They're confirmed right now. And there's a foul on Lazuski.
Now, I'll be honest, I don't like the foul call there. I think that's a jump ball. I think you got to let him play on that.
Yeah, that's absolutely a jump ball. He got tied up, and it should be going to Trinity.
Lomax misses the three, and Lazuski gets the rebound. Here's Moore. Tried to make the pass. Fulton blocks it. Calhoun gets it. And they'll reset. Fulton guarding Credit. 3.5 to go here in the third. Crusaders up 4, and now a foul here by Fulton.
Yeah. You know what? That's a bad matchup for Fulton. Yeah. I mean, your biggest guy on the court, and you look how far he got drawn out, and you don't want your guy out there that far. Yeah. He's your best, he's your best shot blocker too.
Here's Calhoun being guarded by Lomax. Oh, the Credit. Brings it back out, 3:15 to go. Here's Moore. He gets it on a bobble. Goes to the cup. Right hand in for David Moore. Wow.
Filet with the sauce on the side.
Hey, and how about the refs, not calling the and one?
Yeah.
Here's Johnson. No go. Lazuski and Johnson fighting. Johnson gets it out of it. Here's Long. Johnson again over to Fulton. Puts it in for 2.
Much needed bucket right there for the Titans.
45-41. Crusaders. Calhoun at the top of the key.
Now, if you're Trinity, can you lock in right here and can you get a stop? You down 4, quarters coming to an end. You need a big defensive possession right here.
Calhoun stops the dribble. Long gets it. Inside with the right hand scoop. No good. Johnson fights for the rebound here. Loses it. He still gets it. And he has to call for time.
Hey, Will Johnson got himself in trouble, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes,
but, hey, he had the court awareness to call timeout.
Yep.
And, again, it goes to show you this is not, even though their record may say 0-8, this is not an 0-8 team that you're looking at.
And we'll stay right here on the floor. As what you're seeing right now, Trinity is still playing at full speed. They haven't slowed down yet. Even though they're down just 4, they kind of need to slow it down right now, even just 2:15 left in the third.
Well, I wouldn't even say so much slowing it down, but, get back to what got you a 10-point lead in the first quarter, whatnot. Being patient. You can play fast and still be patient.
Yeah, so that was going to be my point. It's not so much the speed. You have to have better decision-making. You can't allow the speed to make you do things that are uncharacteristic for your basketball team.
100%.
Into the game now. Kashawn Ford for the Titans. He joins Fulton, Lomax, Lumpkins, and Brady. Here's Ford at the top of the key. Jones in the game now for the Crusaders. Brady, he'll take the jumper just off the back iron. Fulton, he gets the offensive rebound, loses it. Lazuski gets it, and it will remain with the Titans.
Notice Lutheran North now is sitting in the 2-3 zone. They got out of man. So now can the Titans start making perimeter shots, get them out of that zone?
And from my end, it looked like it should have been the Crusader ball.
Yes, sir.
But it'll remain with the Titans. I saw Lomax's hands on that last.
They got away with one there. Now you got to capitalize and get yourself a bucket.
Here's Fulton. Out of control. Lomax over to Ford. Being guarded by Jones. Into Fulton at the top. He'll take it inside, and he gets the foul call. A little bit of a bailout in my eyes from Jordan Fulton.
Not the best offensive possession right there, but again, being smart, taking it hard to the cup. Again, you have to capitalize on the free throws.
Absolutely. You know, the clock is stopped. They got a chance to cut this to 2. Can they do it?
Fulton gets the friendly bounce. Bounces, we should say, in this case here. 42-45. Fulton gets his second free throw here. And that goes in. 2-point advantage now for the Crusaders. Here's Calhoun being guarded by Lomax. Calhoun will take the 3. It looked like it was partially blocked. Jones, and he's called for traveling. So a great job by Jordan Fulton on the block, and the Titans will get it back.
Now the Titans get a chance to either tie or take the lead. A little surprised that the Crusaders not putting the pressure in the backcourt.
Here's Ford being guarded by Calhoun. Over to Fulton. Lazowski guarding. He'll take it with the scoop lay, and no good. Jones ahead to Moore, and he'll get the easy deuce.
Mama, there goes that man again.
Yeah. Hey, you know, some guys can't make that shot when they hear footsteps.
Yeah.
You got to feed him more. Feed him more. Here's Lomax being closely guarded by Cretter. 45 ticks here to go in the third quarter. Crusaders up by 4. Lomax, along with Fulton and Brady, Ford and Lumpkins. Brady over in the corner.
You got to get the ball into the middle of the court here if you Trinity.
The jumper by Lomax. Yes! Dwight Lomax gets it in closer, 47-45.
Well, you know, they switched it to the zone, and they gave Lomax room. He bagged him down and knocked down that shot from the top of the line.
Down to 11 seconds. Calhoun, wild shot, and he goes to the line for 2.
Well, you know, bailouts even happen at the high school level.
So a couple of free throws for Calhoun here. See if you stretch that lead right back up to 4. We're just under 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Definitely been a good one here at Trinity High School today.
Oh, yeah, definitely a fun game to watch. Two teams playing at a real frenetic pace. Again, you see free throws being the difference in the game.
Calhoun misses the first.
The team that hits the free throws here in the fourth quarter is going to be the team to win. You see both of them getting the chances. They're not taking advantage.
Got lane violation. And they're going to lose possession. That's a big play there.
Now, can Trinity take advantage of it is the question. They've had some chances to get back, cut down this lead. Now can they tie to take the lead going into the fourth quarter?
9.8 is what they have. Here we go. Here's Lomax. Down to 7. Lumpkins gets it. Over to Ford. 5 to go. He'll take a 3. No. Fulton back up. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
How about that? Jared Ford and get a chance to tie this game going into the fourth quarter.
Another big boy rebound right there by Ford.
It was like 3 defenders on that one. So, yeah, that was
again, not the first time he's done that this game. But as we've said numerous occasions, got to cash in at the line.
And he's not doing it here. 47-45. And more than likely this free throw will wrap up for the quarter.
Yep.
You can hear Coach Jones giving some instruction for his Crusader team. Fulton gets it. And that'll wrap up the quarter. So at the end of 3, Lutheran North Crusaders 47, the Trinity Titans 46. We'll step aside. We'll come right back for the exciting fourth quarter action right here with Zulu Sports and the In the Zone Network for boys high school basketball. That was dope. I like that quarter. I like that quarter a lot, man.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Ooh. We're starting the fourth quarter. Predator, Calhoun, Moore, Long, and Jones for the Crusaders. Johnson, Lomax, Brady, Fulton, and Lumpkins for the Titans. Here's Calhoun with the right hand. Offensive rebound by Jones. Got to bring it down and put it back in. He didn't do it, but Moore gets the steal, and he puts it in for two.
Moore has been a star tonight for Lutheran North.
Yeah, Will Johnson just got to be a little bit more responsible with the basketball.
And now trap Lomax inside to Fulton. Brady, he'll take the three for the tie. He's short. And a tie up, and he'll stay here with Trinity.
You can see the coaching staff from Lutheran North taking a little bit of an exception to the call.
Indeed, they are. Indeed. Johnson inbounding to Lomax. He'll take the three for the tie. Off the back iron. And we got a foul here. It'll be on the sophomore, Jordan Lumpkins.
Hey, you know what? It's probably a good idea that foul happened because Lutheran North had a guy leaking out. You know, Corey Long was almost on the other end of the court. They saw him. They had an easy layup.
Lomax guarding Creditor here. 3-point advantage for the Crusaders. Minute gone by here in the fourth. Creditor all the way to the basket. No. Lomax loose ball. And it's going to go to the Titans. Timeout on the floor.
I'm going to tell you, something else that went by real fast, a lot of people probably didn't see. Will Johnson was already leaking out going the other way.
And that's one thing that we've seen in the ball game is we're seeing a lot of leak outs.
Yeah.
Seeing that with Corey Long coming on for the Crusaders, and now you're seeing it again here with Will Johnson.
But here's the frustrating thing is that a lot of guys are still trying to dribble 94 feet. You got a guy already leaking out. You got easy transition baskets waiting to get cashed in.
You got your head down.
Well, as Coach always told me, you can't move faster than the ball. The ball is out and ahead of the defense. They're not going to be able to catch up to it. Make the smart pass, get as easy a basket as you possibly can, and build on top of this lead.
Absolutely.
And Josh, I'll tell you right now, in games like this, when I got the ball, knowing guys out, I just chuck it down court. Somebody's going to catch that ball.
Somebody's going to catch it. Somebody's going to score.
Absolutely. Archie, that's the first time I said absolutely, probably the last.
We're back to action with Lomax. From the side, no. Jones gets the rebound.
Rush possession right there if you're Trinity. You got to take your time on that one. Down three, getting late in the game, you got to get a good shot.
Here's Creditor being guarded by Lomax. And it'll go the other way. And Coach Jones couldn't get the timeout call.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell whether or not Coach Jones is coaching or playing.
Well, in that situation, he was out almost past the coach's boxer on the court.
I mean, Coach Jones was doing jumping jacks on the sideline, literally.
Where is the coaching box? Where's the imaginary coach box at? He's working the refs.
Yeah, he took it with him that time onto the court.
So a turnover here by the Crusaders. As Brady being guarded by Calhoun. Lomax inside to Fulton. And they trap a bit. Lomax, he'll get it for the tie. Gets
Yes.
the bounce.
Good bucket.
He gets the bounce, tied up at 49.
They needed that one bad. Lomax has been making play after play that they've needed constantly and got them back in
And
this
listen,
game.
they playing against that 2-3 zone. They got to keep hitting threes to get them out of it.
See the active hands by Will Johnson once again, but it will stay with the Crusaders. They're on this end.
Yeah.
Will Johnson, another one of those active players on the Titans roster, always looking to get in those passing lanes, always looking to go on fast break the other way.
Inside to Jones. Wild shot, no go. Lumpkins gets the rebound for the Titans. Got to put it up stronger if you're in the post.
Well, you see him put the shot up, and his body is almost fading back as he jumps in the air. You got to go into the man's body, either draw that foul or put him and the ball in the basket.
Here's Lomax, closely guarded by Cretter.
Another
What
big
a
bucket.
shot by Dwight.
Are you
Another
serious?
big bucket.
Are you serious?
That's huge right there from Lomax, man.
What a shot by Lomax as he almost double clutched it in the air.
Here's more from the outside, and he'll get 3 free throws.
You cannot foul the jump shooter in that situation.
That wasn't a good foul by a young man named Brady.
So 3 free throws coming up for more. It's back and forth, and this is great.
Yeah.
This is the kind of action that we hope to keep bringing to you every time we come on the In the Zone Network. And Moore gets the first free throw.
Awesome.
Hey, what more can you ask for? High school hoops. Great atmosphere, even though we're going through COVID right now, still a great atmosphere.
And you see right now, Moore cashes in the last one, take the lead. How does Trinity respond? Right now, you need a bucket. You need a smart offensive play, knowing that we're getting into crunch time.
Here's Johnson trying to keep control. Lomax over to Brady. Brady over to Fulton. Fulton goes inside. He'll put it up. No good. And it'll stay with the Titans.
Now, if I'm Coach McCall for Trinity, I want Fulton taking that ball to the basket, not fading away on the jump shot.
There's Lumpkins over to Lomax. Cretter guarding Lomax. Lomax looking over to Lumpkins. Back to the top of the key. Over to Fulton. To Lumpkins. Lumpkins to Lomax. Lomax for 3. No. Johnson tried to get the rebound. No. Calhoun and Quartier, they both get inside and they both break up the play. And it's over and back. So it'll go back to the Crusaders.
What was that? I couldn't tell what was that call.
It was over and back.
Yeah.
And a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout. Hey, folks, don't forget to tune into the In the Zone Network. We got great content, great podcasts. You can tune in to the Price Check Podcast with my man Josh Price. You can also check out the In the Zone Show with Palmer Alexander III. You can check out the A-Train Show with the A-Train, Arlington Lane. And definitely tune into the XFL STL Talk Show every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on In the Zone Network. You check it on One Universal Production. And you can also check it out on Twitter, Facebook, watch, and definitely tune into the NTC Pro Wrestling Show. Even though preempted tonight, you can make sure you tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. So great content for all of us at the In the Zone Network.
Now, is this the time when I say hello to Mother?
You can say hello to your mom. Oh, man. Don't forget you can check all of that out at In the Zone Network on Facebook. Got a great ball game here tonight.
What a game. What a game so far.
Great.
52-51 Crusaders. 4:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. The A-Train Arlington Lane. Alongside with me is Josh Price and Palmer Alexander, both of the In the Zone Network, bringing you the action from Trinity High School here in St. Louis, Missouri. Here's Calhoun being guarded by Johnson. Long into the ball game for the Crusaders. Here's the pick.
You see Coach Jones telling him to bring it out a little bit. Take some of the time off the clock while you have the lead.
Here's Cretter being guarded by Lomax. Cretter goes to the basket, uses the left hand and puts it in for 2.
That's a tough finish. That's a tough finish.
Tough basket by Credit. Oh! And it'll go back to the Crusaders. So a mishandle on that play, the turnover, and the Crusaders will get it back.
Notice Lutheran North is starting to turn the intensity up. They're looking to press now on made baskets and dead balls.
Here's Long. Gave a pump fake and put it up. No, Johnson with the rebound. Here comes Johnson, 3-on-2 for the Titans. Brady with the right hand, can't get it to fall. And there'll be a foul here on the Titans. It'll go back the other way.
That was an extremely difficult angle for Brady to make that shot. But again, before that, you had Fulton already leaking out. He was already 50 feet ahead. Yeah. If he had caught him, who knows what would have happened.
Got to make the right pass. And also, if you're Trinity, you start to see late in the game that pressure is starting to get to him a little bit. Starting to wear on him both physically and mentally.
And if you think about it, the Titans really not that deep, if you think about it.
No, you've seen Lutheran North with fresh body after fresh body, whereas Trinity, they're playing their starters a lot of minutes.
Wow. They called that out of bounds on the Titans. That should have been a foul call there. Yeah. No call. Woo. Wow.
Right.
Back into action here from Trinity High School, the A-Train Arlington Lane. Josh Price and Palmer Alexander. 54-51 to score. Lutheran North up 3:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Some questionable calls have been going on here in this ball game today,
to say the least.
And we just saw one on that last possession. Here's Credder trying to look inside. It'll stay with Lutheran North. Credder. The long, the right hand, no. Lumpkin's fighting, and Jones trying to put it up. He gets his own offensive rebound, put it back up and in. Big man move by Jones.
Way to stay strong on the finish, catching it on the second rebound, and again, a big bucket right there to put him up 5.
5-point advantage.
Lead so far for Lutheran North tonight.
Here's Lomax being guarded by Credder. Off to the right side with the left hand and puts it in for a deuce.
Hey, I like everything I'm seeing out of Lomax tonight.
Yeah, you can see why Lomax is their leading scorer, as pretty much every possession now they're looking to keep the ball in his hands.
Calhoun stops the dribble over to Credder. Top of the key, and they'll reset again. 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And you heard Coach Jones mention it in the timeout. They don't need a basket every time right now, but what they need to do is take time off the clock, and, of course, a big bucket right there to put them back up 5.
Credder with the left hand and pushes it back up to 5.
What a sweet move. Now what will the Titans do, as they haven't been the same since they switched to that zone, Lutheran North.
Lomax will take the jumper here. Back iron. Oh, what the tip in by Adam Brady.
Active hands by Brady. That's that young man again.
Here's Credder. Guarded by Lomax. Credder with the left hand again and puts it in. 5-point advantage now for the Crusaders.
Back-to-back big buckets right there by Credder. Now, if you're Trinity, you got to get some more movement right now on offense, and you got to play with a sense of urgency. Down 5 with less than 2 minutes left.
Lumpkins with the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line for 2.
He got to make these shots.
Yeah.
I mean, now you got a minute 43 left. these free throws couldn't be any bigger.
No, right now, minute 43 left. The clock stopped. You need all of those points.
I'm going to tell you something else, too. In the case, if the Titans make both shots, I wonder will they start pressing, maybe try to force a turnover.
Well, we haven't really seen them press much since the first quarter, and I think that goes back to the point we made earlier about depth. You don't have enough fresh legs to keep throwing out there. It's a lot harder to play that pressure late into the fourth quarter.
But I tell you what, it's a minute 43. I say, why not? You know, you're not going to worry about your bench right now.
Hey, you're looking for your first win on the season. Get it by any means necessary.
And just as you said, here they doing their pressing at this moment. There's more. Over to Katir. Left hand. Wild shot. And good by Katir.
Hey.
Here's Johnson. Right hand. Puts it up and in for
Good
two.
Move.
3-point advantage now.
Now, the key here, you have to press without fouling.
Here's Katir. Left hand again. Yes!
Call the fire department.
Katir again.
Call the fire department. Credit is putting flames through the basket.
How do you like the last 45 seconds of this game? Both teams are going back and forth with each other. And Lutheran North, again, you can see they're battle-tested. You see why Coach Jones had them on the schedule that he had them on, and that's why they prepared for teams like this.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jameer Credder again on the basket.
Yeah.
1 and 1 by Credder. Yeah. Let's see if we can push that lead up to 6. Off the back iron. Lumpkins hits the deck. Titans gets it. Here's Johnson. Trying to keep control. Lomax. Over to Brady.
Oh.
And Lomax retrieves it. Just under a minute to go. Johnson. Brady. Brady takes it up. No. Fulton, no. Lumpkins, yes. And a timeout here by the Titans. 45.6 to go. What a sequence of events we just witnessed in this last couple of minutes.
Yeah, and you know, since there's no shot clock in high school basketball, 45 seconds left, I'm going to foul you. I'm putting you on the line.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it. You don't have a shot clock. They can basically run the clock out if they choose. This is the time. I would even, actually, Josh, I would go to my bench, one of my guys that I can expand. I have somebody take a foul, keep that clock stopped, and hopefully get a rebound.
Yeah, the hope is that you get a break, make the foul. Maybe they miss 1 or 2 from the line. You get an opportunity to come back down and either tie it or just cut that lead down. You want to continue to try to get as many points as you can on the board with the clock stop, but also continue to foul them and force them to beat you from the free throw line.
We are at 1 and 1 at this point in the game. 64-61, 45.6 to go. Crusaders up 3. The Titans got a couple of timeouts left here in the ball game, so they can use them if they need.
Yeah.
Titans trying to get their first win of the season. And Calhoun gets the inbounds pass. He breaks the press. He takes the layup off the front end. Titans get the rebound. Here's Brady. Takes it up. No. Johnson. No. Fulton. Yes. Jordan Fulton. Jordan Fulton brings it closer to 1 point.
How about that? The Titans not giving up at all whatsoever. What did we talk about? We just talked about that.
Yep.
You got to make those free throws. This is not the time to be missing those types of shots.
Yeah. And so you see they break the press, but the problem is if you're Lutheran North, you have to understand that situation. The clock is on your side. You don't have to go get the bucket. You pull that ball back out, you waste more of that time because, again, Trinity needs as many ticks left on that clock as possible.
Well, see, that's where the inexperience on the Crusaders, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Again, one of those things that Coach Jones talked to me about before the game, the team is inexperienced. They got a couple of seniors on the team, but you see the underclassmen, all the guys that's out there leading this basketball team. And, I didn't expect Calhoun to go all the way. I thought they would burn more clock than they did.
Yeah. Now, again, you're going to probably see Trinity come out, put some more pressure on the ball. Can Lutheran North make high basketball IQ decisions and continue to either build on top of this lead or protect the lead?
Just under 30 seconds to go. 64-63, live from Trinity High School. Presentation of Zulu Sports in the Inner Zone Network. The A-Train Arlington Lane.
Oh,
Palmer Alexander and Josh Price.
About to
conclude here. Let's see what happens here in this last 29.8. Looking. Moore gets it. Picked up the dribble. Katir. Picked up the dribble. Here's Moore. And it's going to remain. It's going to remain with the Crusaders.
Let me tell you something. That's why I want them to press, because of guys like Lomax and Will Johnson. They got the quickest hands, most active hands. They almost forced a turnover right there.
And you see Brady kind of kicking himself at the end of that because he knows if that ball stays in bounds, he might have a bucket on the other end.
Here's Calhoun. 19 to go, 18 to go. Look at here. And they do. 16 and a half, stop. The White Lomax with the foul here.
Now we saw Credder last time he went to the line, came up short a little bit. Can he hit the free throws now to build on the lead?
Big key here. That's his fourth foul.
Think about it. Brady was fingertips away from a breakaway layup and giving the Titans the lead.
Credder at the line here for on the 1-and-1. He hits the first. Stretches it a little bit for 2 points.
If he makes this, I think if the Titans got a timeout, I'm taking it.
Yeah. You take the timeout, set up a three-point shot so that you can tie the game.
Off the back iron. Jones gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and he puts it in. Jones puts it in.
That's a back-breaking play right there if you Trinity. Not only do you give up the offensive rebound and the bucket, you get the foul to even build on top of the lead.
I'll call him Mr. Jones. Call him Mr. Jones. And you know what? Maybe the biggest basket of the game.
Yeah.
What a basket by Daynaz Jones to give the Crusaders a 4-point lead and can stretch it out to 5. And that is it for Jordan Fulton. That is 5 fouls on Jordan Fulton. A tremendous game by him. See if Jones can stretch it here. And he tried to get his own offensive rebound, and he couldn't do so.
And you didn't need it right there. You didn't need it.
4-point advantage. 14 and a half to go for the Titans. For the Crusaders. Here's Lomax trying to keep the dribble. And he loses it out of bounds.
That pressure. And listen, he had nobody else to throw the ball to.
No.
And you got to give the Crusaders a lot of credit the way they defended that.
Yeah, he dribbled it down into the corner by himself. And the defense collapsed on him. And at that point, he had nowhere to go but either try to take it to the basket, get the foul, and dribble it off his leg.
9.1 to go. Inbounded to Credder. He's fouled with 7.4 to go. And that's 5 fouls for Dwight Lomax. One heck of an effort by Lomax tonight.
You know what? I come away from this game, no matter what, looking at this Titans team, I think my level of respect for Coach McCaw is through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because coming to tonight's game, the Titans lost 8 in a row. The closest game that they were in, they lost by 19.
Yeah.
So you look at the effort tonight. You know, a few bounces could have went their way, but they did.
Well, you know, great effort tonight by the Titans. The big takeaway for me right now, again, is free throws. If you look back at that first quarter and the first half, the difference in the game is the free throws that they missed. And they could very well be leading this game right now rather than down 5 points.
And you know, as many games as Arlington Lane has done with me so far, he knows I speak of this all the time. When you have games when you lose by a point, 2 points, 3 points, all you do is look back to free throws.
Yeah.
2 seconds to go. That'll do it. Shot was waved off. And that'll do it. 68-63 the final here. Lutheran North goes to 5-5 on the season. And the Titans drop another, go down to 0-10. Step aside for just a moment. We'll be back and wrap things up right after this.
Hey, Arjun, we may have to change it to NTZ.
We want to thank everyone for tuning in to this edition of Boys High School Basketball here on the In the Zone Network and Zulu Sports. I want to thank them for allowing us to be here today. The final score, Crusaders 68, the Trinity Titans 63. For Josh Price, Palmer Alexander, this is the A-Train Arlington Lane. I want to dedicate this game to Edward T. Whitman and his memory. Thank you, Edward. I hope I did you proud. This is the A-Train Arlington Lane signing off. We'll catch you for another edition of Boys High School Basketball with Zulu Sports and the In the Zone Network.